G'day guys, we've found ourselves in the beautiful Toolwool area, and today we're going to have a look at this Enduro Series 21 foot custom made off-road grit van. Let's take a look. So the Enduro Series is our 3.5 ton ATM chassis, but the beauty of this one is it's able to be upgraded to 4.5 ton, and that's exactly what this customer's done. To do that, we've bolted the DO45 hitch on the front, and to be able to take the van off the back of your car, we have the Boss jockey leg, so that's perfect to be able to plug in your drill driver, wind it up and down. So this van is packed full of storage, and as you can see here, we've got a full tunnel boot that runs all the way through. But let's check out the toolbox on the front. So as you can see on this side of the toolbox, we've got a nice big slide out drawer. We've also got power there, so if you wanted to put a fridge on this side, we can also mimic that and do it on the other side. On top, a nice big wood box, or you can put your jerry cans up there as well. As we move down this side of the van, we've got a huge big rollout awning up the top. Down on the side here, we do have a hot and cold water outlet right next to our outdoor kitchen and pantry. So plenty of room in here to store all your outdoor spices or anything you sort of need. You can store an induction cooktop in here because there is a 240 volt power point as well. Traditionally, the washing machine would be stored on the inside of the van, but on this particular build, we've done it a little bit different. So here we have the Aussie Traveller 3 kilo front load washing machine. The next hatch along, we have our Cruise Master airbag control hatch, as well as the entertainment. So up here, we've got our full airbag control of up and down. And you have a air outlet there, so if you did want to pump up your balls or your tyres, no matter where you are, you've got air coming out of there. We do have 240 volt power, USB and 12 volt, as well as our TV mount there as well. So with this hatch here, something we like to always do is make sure you close these latches like they are shut against the van. That way, if a big wind draft does come through and it swings open, it doesn't damage the side of the van because these may be sticking out like so. Looking into our water plumbing hatch, this is where everything is done to do with the water. So traditionally, what you'll do is plug your hose in from your mains water on the other side of the van, and then you'll come around to this hatch here. So by opening the tank fill, this allows water to pass through and into whatever tank you decide that you want to open. You can open just one, or you can open all of them at the same time and fill all the tanks. In reverse, if you just want to use one tank, just open that particular tank, turn your pump on, and the van will draw just from that tank only. You will also see that we have isolation for our dishwasher, our washing machine, as well as hot water service. The reason we do that is so we can shut off the valve, and that way if we do need to service those items, we can pull them out without water going absolutely everywhere. Finally, you will see that there is 2 pumps in this box. So that is because this customer has opted for a designated drinking water tank. So that's great. If you do fill up with bore water or something like that, it is isolated from the rest of the tank, so it's always going to be nice and clean. So we're now standing at the back of the van, and something I really love about our customers is how much they like to personalise their grit van. And for this customer, he's chosen to go with grit number 17 because that is his build number. Also on the back, big spare wheel, and we've got extra storage here for an extra wood box or jerry cans or anything else you really want to put in here. Also standard on the back of the van is our rear camera there. Finally, really good looking piece of our builds, and something I really love personally, is the rear spoiler. So it serves the purpose of extra roof space, which allows us to add extra solar or bigger panels on the roof. This particular build here, it has 2 500 watt panels and also 2 440 watt panels. And at the moment we're running the aircon. It's pumping in a huge amount of solar and also still charging the van at up to 30 amps. So as we lay under the van, a few important features under here to touch on. So we're running the Cruise Master Level 3 suspension. So it's a full airbag kit, which is perfect for when you're off-road or if you're at camp and you need to level the van or make the van higher if you're going through creek crossings. It makes the adjustability so much more easier for wherever you're trying to go. Looking at the water tanks under the van, this one has the 100 litre grey water tank, 2 100 litre freshwater tanks, and his designated drinking water. You will notice under here as well that we don't do any checker plate protection under the tanks. There's a couple of reasons behind that. One is because dust can get up in there between the tank and the plate, and dust turns to mud, and then that's extra weight. Or if big rocks get stuck into it, it can rub on the tank and potentially cause a hole. These particular tanks though, they're a roto-molded tank and it is about 10 mil thick. So the chances of actually hurting one of these is very, very slim. Finally, with protection, you'll see here as well, we have lagged all our piping. So there's no pool noodles like you would have seen back in the day. We do all that as a standard to help you get further down the track. Another really cool feature of our vans, and it is a standard one, is our electrical cabinet in behind the fridge. So as we open the door of our electrical cabinet, the first thing you'll notice is our filter box. So this has a 200 series Land Cruiser panel filter in behind it. And what it is designed to do is to pick up the air from the outside, come through, which is filtered. So if you are on those dusty roads, there's no dust going to get inside here. The fans will turn on when it gets to about 45 degrees. So this electrical cabinet, because of the componentry, will get hot, and the fans will push the cooler air in and up to push the hot air out the vent up the top. So you may notice in this electrical cabinet that there is a lot more components there, and that's because it is a 24 volt system. At Offroad Grit, we do offer 12, 24 and 48 volt systems. The benefit of this particular 24 volt system is that it has a 5,000 watt inverter. And that allows you to run much more appliances inside. So if you want to use your air conditioning and a induction cooktop, you can do without the power tripping. Other components within this are step downs. So we're stepping the power down from 24 to 12 volt to run those 12 volt appliances like your lights. And we have our solar controllers for the massive array of solar on the roof, and twin DC-DC chargers. Welcome to your new home on wheels. What an absolutely beautiful space to relax in, heat your food out of the weather. The aircon's running, perfect place to entertain. But in all seriousness, have a look at this big kitchen bench. There's so much storage. We've got our bins in here, 2 17 litre ones. We have the NCE microwave above and plenty more drawers. And this one here, it's made for your big pots and pans. We do have a nice big pantry, as well as extra drawers to store all those little snacks that you might want. So something you might have seen on the wall here is the brains of the Caravan. So this here is where you'll monitor all your water, your battery, your solar, and it will show you what's going in, what's going out, and if you're going to run flat or keep it going like we are today with the solar running. As we move around the board, we've done something really tricky here. We've got a little button, and that's for the Caravan that's located on the roof. But what you don't notice is the Caravan. Where is it? We've put it in behind the fridge or on top of the fridge, and that will still pressurize out here, but it also helps with keeping the fridge cool, which will make it run much more efficient. We also have a USB point here as well. That's so you can charge your phone or your laptops while you're sitting on this nice L-shaped couch. And finally, it's a full diesel hot water van with heating, and this is the control to be able to turn that on and off. So looking at the sink arrangement here, I mentioned that we do have a designated drinking water, and that's this tap here. So it comes out separate to what your main water is. Also a huge sink. So nice big stainless steel sink, and we've got a Corian top that we put over the top. That way it gives you a nice big bench space if you're doing large items. But there's a trick to this van, and it might be controversial. Come down this way and I'll show you. So this just looks like a pretty standard looking butler's pantry layout in the Ensuite. But here's the trick. And like I say, it might be controversial, but we have put a dishwasher in this van. Now, What I've been told is that a dishwasher will only use about 7 litres of water, which is probably less than what you would do washing the dishes at the sink. What I want to know though, put in the comments below, would you put a dishwasher in your Caravan? So here we have the shower, which is a massive big shower with its nice brushed nickel rose head. We've run a clear door on this shower. We can do it frosted and mirrored if you like. As we move around, we've got a nice big ensuite basin and heaps more storage and bench space. This particular layout is our most popular. We've already done 5 layouts like this year in just slight variations. So in this particular van, we've gone with the OGO composting toilet. We do offer a few other brands such as Nature's Head Composting. We do the cassette toilets as well, and the brand new and flavour at the moment is the Clasana bagging toilet. Back at the front of the van, we do have our queen size mattress. Now this particular layout has it pushed across to the side of the van. Now we know that's not for everyone, but there is some perks to it. As you can see here, I've got a huge amount of space, so if you did want to get changed in this area, you do have that room to move and turn around. Another great thing, it does offer you an extra tunnel boot on that side, so you can store more items under the bed. This particular one, we do have extra drawers under the bed here, and that's if he wants to put his shoes in there or any other knickknacks. Looking up the top, more overhead cupboards and more hanging space as well. These shelves are removable, so you can hang in there or you can fold and sit them in there as well. So I hope you really liked the walkthrough of this 21-foot Enduro Series van. Again, it is our most popular layout, being the butler's pantry and ensuite. So if you have any questions about it at all, drop them in the comments below. I'm happy to answer them, or give us a call. Jump on our website, there's heaps of information there if you aren't sure about what you're looking for. Like and subscribe to make sure you don't miss the next adventure or walkthrough that we have coming up next.